In the beginning, we are shown a plane in which many passengers were sitting, and this plane was moving towards its destination through an ocean. All the passengers of the plane were talking and enjoying their journey without worrying about any danger, but they didn't know it was going to be this bad. Just then a little girl asks her dad, "How long will it take us to reach?" To this, her dad says that right now we are passing over the sea, so it will take a lot of time. The girl then starts looking out of the window. Outside, she sees something that she is left shocked. Actually, she had seen a flying shark in the sky. Then she tells her dad that she saw sharks flying in the sky, on which her dad does not believe. He says that sharks are in the water, so how can they fly? A man sitting in the plane was making a video outside of plane with his camera. He also sees the flying shark outside, which he records it in his camera. Now we see a shocking scene outside the plane. A lot of sharks were flying around the plane. There were also strange people on riding the sharks who were wearing army uniforms, after which those people sitting on the sharks jump on the plane and attack. The pilots also see a big shark in front of them, which makes them faint. Then the next moment the shark attacks them from the front and eat them. Now the people sitting on the shark come inside the plane. Then we come to know that they are no ordinary human being but zombies. As soon as they come in, they start shooting blindly and killed many people, due to which a lot of people lose their lives. Those zombies then separate a lot of people from their heads. By stabbing some people's faces with weapons in their bodies, they give them a very bad death, due to which blood spreads everywhere in the plane. All this bloodshed was not only being done by these zombies but also done sharks. These zombies and sharks are more cruel and kill people mercilessly. A shark attacks a man and eats him mercilessly. Zombies still don't stop. By cutting someone's head and cutting someone's face, it gives everyone a very bad death. In a few minutes, they create a terrible view of the plane. Now, of course, by doing this, the plane is also destroyed, and because this is what the zombies and they came to do, then the purpose is fulfilled. They have leave after that. Now the question arises, where did these zombies and sharks come from? Who are they? And why are they attacking people so brutally? We will know about this later. Now in the next scene of this movie, we are shown the New York City share, which we see a private company that works for the American Army. This army is given full security, commanders and soldiers. Now let us look at the owner of this company, whose name is Rector. He is also a professor who looked very old because he was about 105 years old. He also injects himself like a strange injection. So the company's system says his age is just 75 years old instead of 105 years old. That is much less than the actual age. Of course, the age had decreased, so now he was able to move a little, which he was not able to do at the age of 105. Now Professor Rector had recovered. So, with her younger daughter, he was watching the video of the attack on the plane, and this was the video that the passenger of the plane had made in his camera, in which he understands that there are some strange powers who want to make the world feel like it's their own and wants to tell that we have come back to rule the world. After this, the scene cuts and comes to a woman, who is no one else, Professor Rector's elder daughter named Debla. In fact, Professor Rector's company had received signals of a very large ship in this snowy area, to which Debla came here to check. Because according to the company, this ship is more than 100 years old, which must have been used by the Nazi army. That means this ship must be of Hitler's era. Then as soon as Debla reaches that ship, she is very surprised to see it because she had never seen such a big ship before. She then goes inside this ship to check. Here she sees a lot of corpses that were covered in blood. And then as soon as she sees the next moment, all the zombies come there and attack Debla. They were wearing an army uniform. But Debla was very brave. She knew how to fight very well, so she also fights with them. She kills 2 of the zombies with her leg and dropped to death. As soon as one zombie was about to attack her, she killed him by inserting a sharp object into his head, after which all the zombies who attacked her were killed. By now she knew that it was not an ordinary ship, but something else, so she hid and moved slowly around the ship and see what was going. Now there was a camera on Debla's suit. Because of that, her dad, the professor, was also able to see everything from here. Now when she goes further, at one place she sees a lot of ships which were of a very old model, which clearly meant that they were many 100 years old. When she comes up to a room, she sees a very strange sight. She sees thousands of zombies in Nazi army uniforms. All of them were connected to the machine. Through the pipe, it was such a machine that would either heal their wounds again or bring them back to life if someone had died. So, the Professor Rector tells his daughter Debla that he feels it may connect to his past. He feels something is wrong and it doesn't seem right. So, get out of from there as soon as possible. Now, after hearing this, as soon as Debla runs to get out of there, she then learns something even more surprising. At the same time, compared to the normal size, she sees huge sharks which was flying in the air and looked very ferocious. Because it was also a zombie shark. Now Debla was seeing all this, then suddenly a zombie attacked Debla. That zombie was actually the commander of this whole zombie army, and because it was very good at fighting, so she hits Debla very hard and make her bleed. She then puts an injection on Debla, which makes her unconscious immediately, but that zombie does not kill Debla, but leaves her alive and goes away from there. Now, as soon as Debla comes to her senses, she runs to get out of there, in which she sees a lot of sharks in the sky, but after a while, all those sharks become invisible. That is, they remain in the air but only stop appearing, and now as soon as she sees the ship, it starts going inside the ice. After which Debla also invisible. In the next scene, we see the company lab of the Rector's company, where Debla was brought from there and saved her life. But ever since she came to her sense, she has not been feeling well. She was having zombie symptoms on her. That means she was felt like she was a zombie now. In fact, the commander of the zombie had injected a virus on Debla, which was a zombie virus, because by doing this, she also wanted to make Debla a zombie, so that everywhere are zombies made by her, which means she also included Debla and wants to eliminate the humanity from the root and rule the world. Now we see the Rector with his two daughters. The one who was eating was the Rector's younger daughter. At that time, the Rector's younger daughter said that, "You said this ship and zombie are related to your past, didn't you? So today you tell us about your past, what happened after all. Because you never told us about your past until today." On which Professor Rector begins to tell him that it is 1942 when the British Army started attacking the German Army and the Nazis' army. They ravaged every part of Germany, because of which the German Army and Nazis' army kneeled in front of the British. After which Hitler asked the commander of the army to take revenge. Tell Professor Rector to make such a serum, such a virus, so that a living person can become cruel, whose corpses can be revived and turn them into zombies, so that without feeling tired and pain, they can face the British army and defeat them easily, so that the German army can be conquered. And because I was a scientist in Nazi army lab at that time, I finally prepared that serum, but we were being attacked from all sides. There was a war atmosphere, so at that time, Professor could not make an antidote to this serum. That is, a medicine by which the effect of this serum can be eliminated and people can come back to their original condition. As soon as the serum is ready, the commander gives the order to use it, on which the Rector forbids them to do so, because this virus has been created, but its antidote has not been created. Because of which all those soldiers and people serum will be given. Those who become victims of this virus, they will not be able to become normal again. They will be a danger to people. But despite knowing all this, the commander decides to use it because he did not care about anyone's life. He just wanted to win the war, but Professor Rector had intervened in this matter. Commander shot Professor for rebel. So the Professor sees himself dying and puts the serum on himself. Now the British army attack the Nazi army again, which makes the Nazi army even weaker. Because they had not used the serum yet, the Rector further explains that when Hitler died in 1945, the situation in Germany worsened, after which the Nazi troops and their commander disappeared, and Professor came here to America to help humanity and for the good of the people. Then he created this company because he wanted to be a good person. After making the serum, he regretted that maybe I shouldn't have done it. Hearing all these things, the Professor's two daughters get very angry. So she says that whatever is happening today and what happened at that time, you are responsible for everything. You messed with nature, you made people into zombies, you wanted to change them, and after dying, you did wrong to dead people by creating them into zombies, so that's why now you have to find a solution for everyone. After this, We see the Nazi army, which has become zombies, and they have also attacked New York, which makes it clear here that the zombie army and sharks who have come here, they are actually the Nazi army of Hitler, since in 1945 they were disappeared because they used this serum. All this destruction happening in New York City was being shown in the news. Many died in the attack. Now, apart from here, the zombie Nazi army attacked many other countries, including London, Japan, Canada, and China at the same time. The sharks were destroying all the planes flying in the sky. Like they did in the beginning, by doing all this, all flights have been stopped. That is, air travel is stopped because many planes were destroyed one by one. Looking at all these circumstances, the rector holds a meeting with the General of America on video call. But later many more people joined this meeting, including the president, the officer, the doctor, and the commander of the sharks. Now the doctor says that sharks are able to fly in the air because they have been experimented on. By changing their bodies, they have made them capable of flying out of the water in the air. This experiment is very big, in which shark has made the turn to the entire system upside down to enable them to survive in the sky. In addition, the engine that has been installed on their body with the help which they can fly at an altitude of 4,000 from the ground. Because of the experiment, shark's body has become so tough and so strong that there will be no effect of the firing procession on its body. Which means it is clear that if we have to kill them, then we will also have to create devils and monsters like them, which we will control and attack them. Hearing this, the officers refuses. He say that this is not a good solution to get out of this problem, in which if we create one demon to kill another demon, but if that demon, which we will control, goes out of our control, then what will we do? But the President and the General of the United States allow this. They tells the professor to make these demon and put an end to all this. At the airport, we see that after few days, because the flight was opened, there was a lot of rush and the flight was also late. Due to this, the passengers sitting there were very angry. And then a woman sees that the flight to New York is ready, seeing which all the people were very happy and who are going to New York. All the passengers get on the plane then takes off for New York. After which the rector and his 2 daughters and many other commanders start following the plane that going to New York to eliminate the zombies because they knew that Nazi zombies would attack this plane too. Which meant that it was clear that the American government had blown this plane in the air as fodder, and then the Nazi zombies actually moved towards that plane to attack it. All the passengers sitting in the plane were unaware of any danger, and then people start seeing zombies and sharks in the sky outside, which creates panic in the plane. People were very scared. Along with this, zombies and sharks also attack the plane this time. Like every time, they first kill such people by firing indiscriminately, and later they start killing people by breaking someone's eye and cut someone's stomach. They separate many muscles from the rest of the body. The plane then caught fire. Some people who had survived had fallen out of the plane. There were some poor people who were becoming victims of zombies, and now the plane starts falling towards the ground and completely destroyed. In the second plane, the commander gives a box to the rector's daughter, surrounds, and says there is an antidote to the virus in this case. This is what the rector did, because he thought that maybe Debla will also become a zombie and get out of his control. Then his daughter talks to her dad, rector. She says that if you had made this antidote earlier, then perhaps everything would have been fine today. The world would not have been in such a big danger, and what did you do today? You made the innocent people into zombies and did a lot of wrong things. On which the rector says, yes, I agree that I have taken this decision very badly, but it was our compulsion to do so. Without it, we would never have reached the zombies, and I never thought I would do what I'm doing now. Because without them, it's difficult. Maybe I'll make a monster. Right now their conversation was going on that only then Nazi zombies reach near their plane. They were just ready to attack the phone so that Debla becomes zombie, and goes and opens the door of the plane, after which all the zombies start coming inside the plane. As soon as they enter, they attack everyone. Although the commanders fought the zombies, it was not so easy to fight them because they were very dangerous. So the zombies also make all those commanders their prey because the sharks also from the rain, the plane was destroyed. That is, these Nazi zombies had completely dominated them. Now the one who was completely captive shoots the leader of the commanders, after which they also start fighting with the rest of the commanders. Seeing this, the character's daughter quickly takes out the antidote and puts it in her sister Debla's throat. Now, just as we are about to leave, a very large shark suddenly appears. The government, which was very big and powerful, is now killing all these sharks one by one. Then here we come to know that this shark has been created by Islami blood, and he is controlling it because he said that I will also create a demon. That is, he made it to kill the demons. The director is controlling the sharks and killing them with bullets and bombs. And that shark was so big that it started eating the remaining shark. Even inside the plane, all the commanders together kill Zombie. He was also completely cured due to antidote. All the dead sharks start falling into the water below. Seeing this, the army general becomes very happy because he was desperate to see this. He's been waiting ever since. Rector was also happy to see this because the mission he had started against the zombies was successful in it. After this, we see the Nazi ship again, that is, the same ship that we saw in the beginning, in which there were all those zombies inside the Debla ship, because it was the entire army of the Nazis who are being ordered by their commander to destroy the world. This makes it clear that Reactor and his team have not won this war by killing those zombies and sharks, but the real war will start now, and this war will be very big. Because there will be demons from both sides, and one after the other will create demons to eliminate them because he is a scientist. He has such power that he cannot get old, nor will he ever die because, as you remember, he had also applied that serum to himself. After which he was cured by taking the antidote, but he had a different power inside him. And now he keeps reducing his age by applying injections, and as soon as he had decided that he would help the world, save humanity, now he will do anything to do so. And that's where the feeling ends.